Hello, people of YouTube. This is Gray's Guitars. I am Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. So today we're going to be calling about Brexit, and this is a word that I didn't know what it meant until the other day. I wasn't aware this was the thing going on in the UK, but this is more specifically for my viewers that are from England, if any of you are actually from England. I think primarily most of you are from the US. But this is something that is directly affecting touring bands throughout Europe that are specifically from the UK since they left the European Union. And we are just going to go ahead and get right into it. So the suffering is only just beginning. Subway's guitarist reveals the harsh reality of Brexit. If I'm saying that correctly, Brexit? We'll go with that. For UK bands touring Europe. The Subway guitarist Billy Lunn has opened up about the struggles that UK musicians touring Europe are facing in the aftermath of leaving the European Union. In an op-ed piece, the independent Lunn shared his thoughts about the little reported difficulties that touring bands suffer since the UK left the European Union, something that he is keenly aware of given the Subways are more popular on the continent than they are back home. So, I mean, I've personally never heard of this band before, but I guess they are popular throughout Europe. As I write, I sit in a venue called Hansan 39 in Munich, writing myself for a sound check. I'm apprehensive because my main amplifier spluttered or crapped out and eventually refused to work 2 days into the tour, and now I'm praying my spare amplifier doesn't go the same way. He goes on to explain, in the pre-European Union times, a quick phone call to the amps brand's local A&R representative would have seen a new amp turn up that could be used for tour and returned home to the UK while he was waiting for his broken amp to be fixed. Now that the end of the free movement of people and goods between the UK and the European Union has put paid to such convenience, the Carnet system now means the bands are obligated to return with the exact gear they left with, right down to the serial numbers. So the faulty amplifier, like every single item we bring with us, is listed on the Carnet. With its weight, type, model number, and serial number provided, we must supply come along for the ride. The Carnet expires in 12 months, and it can't be altered until its expiration date. That means we must make extra sure to list and bring with us spares of everything we use, while also making sure that we don't drastically increase insurance costs. It goes for every single item, right down to power adapters, power units, power leads, extension cables, XLR and quarter-inch cables, patch cables, guitars, guitar cases, guitar pedals, pedal boards, stands, drum stands, cases, cymbals, cymbal stands, cymbal cases, microphones, wireless transmitters and receivers, in-ear monitors, plus their respective cases and the rest. So pretty much probably everything besides like a guitar or a bass string. Let's be honest. In addition to the stress of not being able to replace faulty gear on the road, and the expense of having to pay to ship backups for everything essential items on the tour regardless of how small or commonplace, the hassle for touring artists starts before they even go on tour. Every item that comes on tour has to be cataloged, weighed, and the serial number noted for the Carnet. This is a huge logistical pain for guitar players especially. As Lunn notes, it means stripping apart pedal boards that I have taken 15 years to assemble just to get the serial numbers off every guitar pedal before weighing them separately. With the addition of the huge delays leaving and returning to Britain, the unpredicted expense and strain put on support bands who don't have the logistical support of an established band, and concludes with a message for the future of UK artists wanting to work in the European Union. Where before there was a sense of freedom, now there's limitation. He writes, it's ironic, really, given votes leaves campaign messaging. Curricularly, the economics, however, the art industry suffering is really just the beginning. This article is part of a wider spread called Brexit 6 Years On, created by The Independent to mark the 6th anniversary of the referendum on Britain's membership of the European Union and share the impact of the vote to leave. This is not the first time we had heard about the strain that British musicians are feeling post-Brexit, as a Sunday release 18 months ago revealed that over 3/4 of UK musicians don't see themselves touring in the EU following the news that visas and customs declarations for equipment will be required. A study conducted by musicians booking site Encores included 452 musicians and also revealed that 40% of those asked said they already had to cancel gigs specifically because of Brexit. So, the only way I would say you can get around this is basically illegally. If your gear breaks, I mean, a guitar, it's most of guitars. I mean, I guess some guitars, there are sticker serial numbers, so theoretically, you could just, swap the serial numbers of the guitar, which is illegal and I don't recommend doing in any way, shape, or form if you're in the UK. Same with amplifiers. Most of them are just stapled on, so I mean, you could easily get a pair of pliers or something, rip the thing off, rip it off the new cabinet or amp head or whatever you have, and just re-glue it or staple it onto it, which yet again, do not do it. Highly wouldn't recommend, because I'm sure there is a whole bunch of laws that you are breaking in the process of doing that. So would highly recommend not doing it. But this pretty much makes it almost impossible for upcoming bands that don't have a lot of money, that are in the UK, to go other places. So yeah, by all means, do whatever you want in the United Kingdom, which I believe that would be like Wales, Ireland, and Scotland, if I am correct. You can feel free to, correct me in the comments if needed. But that's the only places they can go. And it's not like the United States where you just drive to another state and you're good to go. If you're a band in, let's say you're located in Pennsylvania and you're near the border of New York City, you can just drive up to New York City with your stuff and play that gig. No problem, no questions asked. But this, just the amount of paperwork you have to wait, you have to do every little thing, pay for insurance, get a visa to, basically justify where you're entering that country. It almost makes it not worth it, because then you're doing this process multiple times for every single different country you're going to, because you're from the United Kingdom and you are no longer part of the European Union. So this is definitely, I feel like there needs to be some sort of exclusion clause, or maybe that's just the price the United Kingdom has paid for leaving the European Union. I don't really know the full history behind it, but this is definitely going to hurt any up-and-coming band from the UK, because, you're not going to want to be the guy that's getting paid, $1,000 a gig, which is average for a lot of places. You're splitting that between your band members. So let's say you're getting $1,000, you're playing at a bunch of bars throughout the United Kingdom. You're not really doing big stadiums, or maybe you're getting a few $1,000s for headlining, going before the headliner. Something along those lines, and by the time you get done paying for all of these extra expenses, you're probably either in the hole or barely breaking even. And and it's going to cause these up-and-comers to basically have to charge more money than anyone is going to want to pay, and then nobody's going to pay it, is ultimately what's going to happen. Yeah, it's cool to have a headlining band, or headliner, I think they call it, the first band up. I feel like I'm mixing up my words here, but at the same time, if you're already a well-established band, you don't need it. I mean, in all honesty, you don't need to have one. You can just, as long as you have, a couple, 2 or 3 albums out, just play some of your less popular songs in the mix. Maybe do a couple of covers in there. I have seen bands do that before, where it's only one band playing. There's not like multiple bands, and then that's it. That is all she wrote. But I never thought I would see something like this where it would just be so difficult. I mean, it's something you don't think about, especially if you're in the U.S. If you're part of the European Union, you probably don't think about this really at all. Anyway, this is, to my knowledge at this point in time, this is strictly a UK problem only. So I definitely feel for those musicians in the United Kingdom at this point in time, and hopefully, something will be passed in the foreseeable future that makes the process a little bit more mainstream, so you don't have to worry about this, or you might be seeing a lot more UK YouTubers. They might be putting their music on. I know a lot of people are already doing, processing their own music, putting it on Spotify, YouTube, all the social media platforms, things along those lines. So that's might be what a lot of these bands are going to have to do until they get popular enough and make enough money where they actually have the ability to go touring to another country. But that is just my 2 cents. If you like this, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell, leave a comment down below what you thought and what you want to see for music-related videos. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.